We're gonna head on over to the East. We're gonna start with that 4-5 matchup. We got the Indiana Pacers taking on the Milwaukee Bucks. Just today, I saw that Dame is gonna miss Game One, but he has been cleared to like return to physical activity. They expect to see him at some point in the playoffs. We don't entirely know when that is, but we do know for certain he's missing Game One. This has been bounced in the first round 2 years. Granted, he's been hurt, but the Bucks did lose to the Pacers last year in the first round. Jarrett, what do you think? Pacers versus Bucks. How do you see it playing out?
Based on Milwaukee's injuries, I'm gonna say Indiana. Yeah, I don't like Indiana at all. I don't think I like Indiana, but I'm gonna say them. I'm gonna say they gonna beat Milwaukee this round. Probably in like six.
I mean, made the conference finals last year. It's hard to like just dismiss them as much as I would
Yeah,
like to.
they knocked out my Knicks. They knocked out my Knicks. That's why I don't like them.
Thibodeau knocked out your Knicks. Thibodeau took them
True,
out
him too.
of injuries. But yeah. But what you think, Mark? Wait, how many games? How many games? Jarrett? Six? Okay. Fairly competitive. And then before you go, Mark, just because I'm curious, do you think Dame is going to play in this series at all?
No, we just talking about that. I don't think he should. It's blood facts.
Yeah.
That ain't nothing to play with.
Serious.
I just say
I,
that ain't.
I would say take the season off, man. Your life is way more important than like,
For sure. For sure. Okay.
yeah.
What you think, Mont? Pacers Bucks.
Kind of want to hate on Tyrese Halliburton, but he finished the season very strong after having a weird start to the season. All this hype around him. I was asking, yo, where was this Tyrese Halliburton from last season that everybody was hyping up? All-star, all this other stuff, blah, 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 whoopie whoop. But the Pacers picked it up. This is an interesting matchup
Yeah, they do.
because no Dame. Give me Indiana.
Indiana.
That's a lot on
Y'all
Giannis.
just gonna disrespect Giannis like that? A healthy Giannis? Y'all just gonna slander him like that?
I like
Yeah,
Giannis. I'm about to say Giannis is my guy. Do we trust Kyle Kuzma? Excuse me, Carl Kuzma. Do we trust Carl Kuzma right now? And is Bobby Portis still suspended?
No, he back.
Well, thank God. 'Cause,
Yeah, they needed him.
that shit was crazy.
I'm taking the Bucks, man. I'm taking the Bucks. I think it'll go six, but no. Tyrese Halliburton and Siakam and Miles. No, that's not good enough to beat Giannis. We're talking about two-time MVP, Defensive Player of the Year. Can't be. Come on, bro. After being injured the last two playoffs too, you know how hungry he about to be. No, no, he's not losing to Tyrese Halliburton. Dame or no Dame. Nah, I can't see it. Kevin Porter Jr. has been hooping for them. You're right. I don't really trust Kuzma, but Bobby Portis. You got Brooke Lopez. I don't know. I think they got enough to get out of the first round, and then hopefully, yeah, hopefully even sounds bad because maybe Dame should take the season off. But if he's healthy enough to play, then maybe they can parlay that later in the playoffs. But no, I'm not disrespecting a healthy Giannis to say he can't
yeah.
beat Tyrese Halliburton and the crew. And I can't see that. I can't see that one.
Can I ask you a genuine question though?
Mhm.
You do know who the Milwaukee Bucks head coach is, right?
Man,
Okay.
please don't make
What's
me get started. I can't stand Doc Rivers.
Then I'm gonna leave it there.
yeah.
Then I'm gonna leave it there.
I can,
That's all I'm gonna say.
man. He
That's
knows
all
how
I'm
to
gonna say.
lose a basketball game. You're right about
That's all I'm gonna say
that.
right there.
He knows how to lose a basketball game. But Giannis, I just think he's gonna be, especially because it's the Pacers too. I just think he can't go for that. I don't see him going for that. 30, 12, and 7 on 60% shooting this year? No. I don't see the Pacers, they can score, but their defense is horrendous. I just don't see them being able to slow Giannis down. So I think I'm gonna have
But
to take the Bucks.
you let Giannis go if you lock up everybody else. You did. Kuzma's gonna shoot you out the game for 2 games. Brook Lopez is not gonna rebound nothing. All you got really worried about is Bobby Portis and Kevin Porter.
I think it's enough. I just don't think the Pacers are that like I know they made it last year in the conference finals, but one, I feel like it should have been the Knicks in the first place. But I don't know. They don't move me. They don't move me. I don't fear the Pacers. Giannis is just too dominant for me. So okay, we got the 3-6. We got your Knicks, Jared. We gonna let you kick it off. You got your Knicks taking on the Pistons.
I'm scared. I'm just telling my this. I'm scared for my Knicks, but I gotta go with them, baby. Those are my boys. I'm going with them in 7, but it's gonna be hard. That's gonna be another bloodbath too.
Yeah, no, it
Yeah,
is.
Like we all know the story with Tibbs and plays to the ground. So if we can stay healthy and Tibbs actually decides to like, go 10 deep, I think we can do it. So
10
we're
not
not like,
happening. I think you'll be good with 8. 10 not happening.
yeah, that's a stretch, yeah. And who's the other three? All right, McBride, Robinson, I guess Shannon.
Well,
I can't stand him. He's not good. He's
His,
not good.
he,
well,
Yeah, I mean that's true, but he'll have some 1 for 8s.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
he's streaky. He's streaky for sure. He's streaky. But you're taking the Knicks in 7?
yeah, I'm taking this is
Before you go, Mont, I'm just curious, especially since you're a Knicks fan, Jared. Who and maybe best player is a bad way to phrase this, but who does the Knicks offense run through?
Hudson.
It don't be looking like that to me. I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but it be looking like it runs through Cat.
I think they're trying to figure out how to have Cat be the number one guy, but you don't want to have Brunson as your main guy. I mean, it showed that it has worked to a point where that they need someone else to like take us over the hump. But we need Cat to be that number one guy and Brunson to be like that one B at least. So I feel like they do run a lot through Cat, especially when Brunson's been out. They run a lot of this through Cat and OG. OG's starting to take that step as a third option, which I'm liking a lot because I felt like we don't really have a third option. Like Mikal Bridges is not even a scorer. So,
Yeah.
but it is Brunson. I'll give you a stat about Brunson and Shannon. He's not even off the screen.
Okay. Okay. What you thinking, Mont? Knicks, Pistons.
can I say who I want to win?
So you're saying who you want to win and who you think are gonna win are different.
Yeah.
Okay. Who do you want to win?
Give me Detroit basketball, man. I actually want them boys to win. I think it's
Detroit basketball.
basketball. And like, so first and foremost, shout out to the Pistons. Also, shout out JB Bickerstaff, who I had.
Okay.
Quiet has kept my dark horse for coach of the year.
He's in the conversation, no doubt. In the
As he should
conversation.
be. Because when the last time we seen Detroit in the playoff? Okay.
Stanley Johnson was on that team.
Yeah.
If you know that
Yeah.
name.
I think
Yeah.
Stan Van Gundy was the coach.
I think so too. Yeah. So, and what they played the Cleveland?
Yep. Got
Yeah.
smacked.
Yeah.
Whoa! What was in the playoffs more recent than that? It was Blake Griffin.
Did that team make the playoffs?
They did
I
make the
think
playoffs one
they,
year.
they did make the playoffs.
Blake Griffin did carry them boys to the playoffs. Shout out Blake, man. Shout out Blake
Shout out
Griffin.
Blake Griffin.
That's when Blake was looking like Prime LeBron at points to some people.
Oh, slow down.
And
That's what some people were saying, man.
Blake Griffin was an
Let's
MVP
breathe.
candidate that year too.
Let's breathe. Let's breathe. Let's breathe, guys.
But
I'm gonna double check. Okay, 2019, they lost to Milwaukee in the first round.
they were in the
That was-
playoffs. Wait, in 2019?
That's what I was
Yep.
about to say. I don't remember that for some reason.
They lost to Milwaukee in the first round. They got swept.
Who was on that
Who was
team?
on that team?
Which team? Milwaukee on
Pistons.
the
The Pistons.
Pistons. Reggie Jackson, Luke Kennard, Andre Drummond. Blake Griffin only played 2 games. I think he was hurt.
Okay.
Wayne
I do remember that
Ellington
squad.
Wayne Ellington. Yep.
and Langston Galloway. That's to name some. Ooh, Glenn Robinson the third.
That
Okay.
is a nasty line.
And
But
Blake
I
Griffin
remember
was
it now
also
that
that
you
team.
list them.
But nah, man. I want the Pistons to win, but the Knicks take care of business in 6. It's gonna be brutal. It's going to be brutal, and I don't know if y'all saw the Pistons let it be known we are only giving tickets to residents in the state of Michigan. I think it's Michigan. I think it's any of the states in the Midwest. So Spike Lee,
That's smart. You know,
yeah,
Knicks fans travel.
yeah. So Spike Lee, we might see you, and that's it.
For real, though.
You know, I just hope he don't get his chain snatched out there. Nah, I'm playing, man. Shout out Spike Lee, but nah, but. I do believe the Knicks take care of business. Well, this has been a fun season for the Pistons. Shout out Cade Cunningham. They have a nice roster over there too. They have a solid roster.
Talent.
Mad I would be if the Pistons beat by Knicks after they didn't make the playoffs last year.
Well, you just gonna have to be mad because I think I'm taking the Pistons in 7. Listen. One, the Knicks, not that the Pistons necessarily fit in this category, but the Knicks what are they like? 0-12. The Knicks don't beat good teams. Like they just flat
Exactly.
out don't beat. They just flat out do not beat good teams.
That's what I'm scared about.
And I think the thing that makes the Knicks so tough is like that grit that they play with. They're like they do the dirty work, they rebound, they hustle, they dive on the floor. They're like Josh Hart is like the personification of like New York Knicks basketball. And I feel like the Pistons are the exact same way now. I feel like that edge that they have over the competition with that like grittiness, I feel like is the Pistons. Like Isaiah Stewart will just straight up like fight, like you know what I mean. Like their like mentality is so aggressive that I feel like that's usually what the Knicks use to beat teams. I feel like it's gonna have like a reverse effect on them. I feel like I don't know if Cat is gonna be able to dominate in a series like this just because of how physical it will be. I think he's gonna revert back to that falling in love with the jumper. Obviously, he can shoot, one of the best shooting big men ever, but like Cat's really been like a force on the inside this season too. I don't see that against the Pistons. And then, dude, man, and shout out Lamont for being one of the first to be on this train. Cade is he's one of them ones. Like he's really one of them ones. The way he's scoring the ball and how they galvanize around him. I think the Pistons pull off the upset, man. I think I'm going Pistons in 7. I just think the way JB Bickerstaff has them believing that they can compete with anyone and just the physicality. They're like the Houston Rockets of the East. Like the physicality they play with, the mentality they play with. I think the Knicks are going to benefit a little bit from that whistle. I think Jalen Brunson's going to be at the free throw line quite a bit. But I think I'm taking the Pistons to pull off the upset. I think they can get it done.
Can I ask y'all an honest question? And I'm gonna get off topic slightly. Who do y'all have is the best? Excuse me. Who do y'all believe was the best point guard in the East this season?
Yeah. I mean, okay,
We
I'll
talk
say this.
as a team or as an individual player.
Hey, I'll let y'all answer both. I'll let y'all answer both.
Go ahead, go first, Jared.
From a team standpoint, I would say Brunson or Kane, like it's a toss up, honestly. From an individual standpoint, it's Trae Young.
He's got to get out of there.
He's got to get out of it, though. He's got to get out of
Yeah.
there.
Free Trae Young, bro.
I feel like Cade played the best at the point guard position in the East. I feel like he played that, but I don't know if I would say that I think Cade officially is better than Jalen Brunson or Trae Young. But if we're talking who just flat out had the best season as a point guard in the East, I do have to say it was Cade. I think he played the best.
Agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. That's crazy. The jump he's made. We're gonna talk about some the NBA awards a little later because I feel like right. We're gonna talk about it later. But the jump he's made is kind of crazy. But okay, that was a 3. We're gonna get into it. But because these two shouldn't be. I hope it shouldn't be too complicated. But we got the Celtics taking on the Magic 2-7 matchup. Lamont, how's it play out?
Celtics in 5.
Do you think the Magic will get one?
They will. I think they'll get 1. If they get 2, I think it's because Boston's bored. But
Right.
but last season I was high on the Magic too, especially after the series
Mhm.
against the Cavaliers, and I thought that Orlando could have and should have won that series. But
Facts.
there's too much firepower in Boston, man. This is still Boston's conference to lose, so I got Boston at 5.
Agreed. What do you think, Jared? Boston in 5. Yeah. I think that's exactly how I see it too. Even though Paulo, I think it's next up. He's got that. He
Paulo's-
reminds me of like Melo or something.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Melo's-
I've been saying that.
Yeah. Paulo's next up for sure. I like his game. I think he's like big. Like he's like 6'10", 6'11". Like I don't know. He's next up. But okay. Last matchup, we got the Cavs versus either the Heat or the Hawks. I think it'll be the Heat. But what do you guys think?
Cavs advance it either way.
Yeah. Agreed. Okay. So yeah, I think the Cavs. Let's get into the your hot takes. I want to hear each of your hot takes. Thank you for watching another episode of The Last Word. Make sure you subscribe, like, and leave a comment down below so you're not missing out on any of the new content I drop on the channel. Love.